Traka key cabinets and equipment lockers help protect your assets by strictly controlling access and holding users 100% accountable for the items they use. But should an item eventually require maintenance, repair, or replacement, Traka's fault logging feature allows users to directly report this information upon returning an item to the system. A reported fault can then trigger an immediate notification to an administrator or other personnel needed to address the faulty item. In Traka Web, we first create a list of fault definitions pertaining to the types of items being managed. For vehicle keys, we might add faults for the check engine light being on, a cracked windshield, or for a flat tire. If we're managing laptops in an equipment locker, we may create faults for a damaged screen, a laptop that won't boot, or a battery that won't hold a charge. Any faults that would render an item inoperable or unsafe can be marked as critical, thus restricting access to that item by other users until the fault is cleared by an administrator or user with the proper permissions. We can then edit item types in Traka Web and choose which fault definitions, if any, pertain to each type of item we're managing. When a user returns an item to the Traka system, they are asked if the item has any faults. If the user presses yes, they are then prompted with a list of fault definitions pertaining to that item. Then they tap the correct fault definition, press continue, and the fault is recorded against that item. Items in the system with a reported fault display a small wrench icon, with critical faults being red. Users that attempt to check out an item with a non-critical fault must acknowledge that they are aware of the specific fault before removing the item. Users attempting to check out an item with a critical fault are informed that the item is not authorized for removal. When a fault has been addressed and the item is again ready for use, any administrator or user with fault logging admin permissions can then clear the fault at the system or in Traka Web. An optional notes field is available for documenting any actions taken regarding each cleared fault. Once all critical faults have been cleared for an item, it is again available for checkout by any users authorized to remove it. A fault report can be viewed in Traka Web to monitor all cleared and outstanding faults, along with the relevant item details, users, and notes. Traka's fault logging feature helps you control, monitor, and quickly address any issues with your assets to maximize the utilization of your shared vehicles, devices, and equipment. Learn more at Traka.com.